Tanjiro's compassion allows Kimetsu no Yaiba to explore themes of empathy, of tragedy, and the gray areas of morality, setting it apart from many of peers in this genre. Hi guys, it's Yumei and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna deep dive into the anime Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer, specifically focusing on our compassionate protagonist, Tanjiro. His unwavering kindness and empathy, even towards demons, is a fascinating aspect of his character. It is a theme that runs throughout the series, so today we'll explore this in depth to see why Tanjiro is such a compelling character. And right from the beginning, Tanjiro's compassion is established as his defining characteristics. After tragically losing his family and his sister Nezuko got turned into a demon, Tanjiro still always shows a deep well of sympathy that is rarely seen in any other protagonist in shonen anime. And despite of the circumstances, he doesn't succumb to rage or hatred. Instead, he embodies such a deeply compassionate heart and a deep, genuine, selfless concerns for the well-being of others. So let's take a look at some of these examples of Tanjiro's unique approach. In his battle against the Hand Demon during the final selection arc, for example, Tanjiro doesn't just defeat the Hand Demon, he also comforts him in his final moments. And this isn't out of naivety. He knows what the Hand Demon did, but it is an understanding of the tragic existence that these demons and these creatures have been cursed with. And another one of the most memorable moments in the series is during his battle with Rui, the spider demon, who is also a member of the 12 Kisugi. Rui desperately yearns for a family, and he tries to create that through fear and control with his spider family. Yet even while being engaged in this life or death scenario and battle, Tanjiro acknowledges Rui's pain, expressing genuine sadness for this distorted and tragic understanding of family love that Rui held. So upon Rui's death, Tanjiro actually comforts him, stating that now you'll be able to see his real family now. A showcase of Tanjiro's empathy even in the face of an enemy who just almost killed him. Again and again, we see this empathy when he battled various demons like the Swamp Demon, Kyogai the Drum Demon, Susamaru the Ball Demon, and so on. And this compassionate aspects of Tanjiro is also in the forefront when he meets Tamayo, a demon who doesn't devour or eat humans. And instead of attacking her or being suspicious of her, he empathizes with the situation, despite of the fact that she is a demon. And this meeting highlights Tanjiro's capacity for understanding, his willingness to consider another perspective, and his belief in a possibility of coexistence between humans and demons. And one of my favorite battle scene, or one of my favorite scene, is the Entertainment District arc. Here we encounter Gyutaro and Daki, two siblings demons who, despite of their very malicious actions, and despite that they're actually members of the upper 6 demons, so it's like the most dangerous demon, they have a tragic past that has led them down a dark path. And here is when Tanjiro's compassion shines most brightly. Despite of being their enemy, he still offers sympathy and empathy, reinforcing the fact that to him, every life has value, even those who have strayed from the path of righteousness. And he even told that these two siblings, in the end, as they were dying, not to fight, because he knows the value of siblings, bonds, and family bonds and relationships. Imagine that, giving advice to a demon who almost killed you. And upon defeating Gyutaro and Daki, Tanjiro doesn't gloat or rejoice. Instead, he kneels with empathy, sympathizing with the tragic path, demonstrating a great act of compassion. He acknowledges the pain and suffering that they went through that turned them into demons. And in a touching scene, Tanjiro prays that Gyutaro and Daki, he even goes as far as to hope that they will be reborn as humans, where they can live a happy life devoid of the tragedies that has plagued them. So in each of these instances, Tanjiro's compassion transcends the typical barriers of friend versus foe, embracing a more empathetic approach that acknowledges the inherent tragedy of the demons that he encounters. And while many view this as a weakness, I think Tanjiro's compassion is one of his greatest strengths. It sets him apart from other protagonists in the shonen anime genre. Many shonen protagonists embody virtues like bravery, determination, friendship, often view the world in terms of black and white. For example, Naruto or Ichigo from Bleach, while possessing deep empathy towards their comrades and their friends, often show a clear divide between good and evil. They fight fiercely against their enemies with a strong sense of justice, and that's not wrong. However, Tanjiro's compassion blurs this binary perspective. He fights demons not out of a sense of righteous vengeance, but with a heavy heart, understanding that these creatures were once humans who fell into misfortune. He mourns for their death and prays for their peace, and that in another life they will have a peaceful, happy lives. This is a stark contrast from the typical shonen approach of just like defeating your enemy and moving to the next. This approach gives Demon Slayer a unique depth. It goes beyond the good versus evil surface. It carries an undercurrent of tragedy and sympathy that permeates the narratives. It forces the viewers to consider the humanity within the demons that Tanjiro faces and underscores this somber reality that the enemies he fights were once victims themselves. And it's important to note that this does not weaken the narrative of the series, or it doesn't weaken the moral tension against the demons. We know that they are wrong, but it instead added this layer of emotional complexity that enriches the story. It gives it a unique place in the pantheon of the shonen anime. Tanjiro's compassion allows Kimetsu no Yaiba to explore themes of empathy, of tragedy, and the gray areas of morality, setting it apart from many of peers in this genre. His character serves as a reminder that even in the face of darkness, empathy and understanding can be our most potent weapons. And it's cliche, yes, but it's also true. Now, lastly, I just want to talk a bit about Tanjiro's influence. His compassion is not just a personal trait, but it also influences others around him. We see characters like Inosuke and Zenitsu being affected by Tanjiro's compassionate outlook, and because of that, they show signs of change and growth as they spend more time with him. Inosuke was raised by boars, so he has this animalistic approach towards life, survival of the fittest. But through his friendship with Tanjiro, Inosuke began to understand compassion and friendship and fundamentally changing his way of dealing with the world around him. Zenitsu, on the other hand, he initially lacks self-confidence to the point of annoyance. But he's motivated by Tanjiro's steadfast resolve and compassion, and Tanjiro's kindness reassures Zenitsu, helping him overcome his self-doubt and tap into his true potential. And the Hashira, the highest ranking member of the Demon Slayer Corps, they are known for their unyielding hatred towards demons, derived often because of personal tragedies. Initially, they view Tanjiro's empathy towards demons and his relationship with Nezuko with suspicion and hostility, deeming it a betrayal to their cause. But as we go on, we see characters like Gyu Tomioka, the water pillar, for example, starting to question their rigid stance. And in essence, Tanjiro's empathy becomes a transformative force within Demon Slayer. His compassionate perspective influences others around him, challenging their belief and spurring them to grow and evolve. His approach imparts critical lessons for both people around him and us, the viewers, the audience, about the power of understanding and empathy can be a catalyst for change. Anyway, in conclusion, guys, I just think that Tanjiro's compassion is not his weakness, but his strength. It's what sets him apart and makes him such a memorable protagonist. And it challenges the traditional depiction of strength. It just promotes empathy over brute force, something that we don't often see in the battle shonen genre. And anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel for more in-depth anime analysis. See you next time!